Pat here with a posture prepping tip of the day. This is very important as posture starts with the feet. And we're always concerned about the comfort of our feet, our horse's feet, and mobility. People talk about needing flexibility and they stretch and they want to stretch their horses, but the most important thing for flexibility is mobility, is joint mobility. So our joints have active range of motion that we can consciously do. They also need to have their passive range of motion. So you can take your finger, you can pull on it and distract it. That helps to decompress the joints. You can bend them sideways. You can twist them. If they don't have all those passive ranges of motion, then the active range of motion is not going to be as full as it should be. Active range of motion, full range of motion, allows the joint to be healthier. That's how the joints get their nutrition. If a horse isn't standing four square with their cannon bones on the vertical, we know there's misalignment, and then we can tell by their posture that there's going to be issues in the mobility of their joints. So typically, it's the protocol with the posture prepping is to go cross fiber, across the tendons, across the coronary bands, get that skin loose. Skin has to be mobile, it's their clothes. If it's not mobile, it's compressing soft tissue and the joints. So we improve that skin mobility, which is beautiful on her. And through here, across her fetlocks, down into her pastern joint, which is in here, and then around her coronary bands. They're a little bit tight through there. In the past, I'd have clients go ahead and do their posture prepping and then pick up the lower limb. Good girl, I know. She's like, I'm resting my hind foot. Good girl. And then mobilize the joints. But now I'm recommending it to do 2 in 1. So you can take your posture prep, get yourself in a nice comfortable lunge position, and then you can use the posture prep and the motion you're using to kind of scissor her limb across the posture prep and the posture prep across the tissue to then do the cross fiber and at the same time mobilize the joints. The pedal joint, skin across the pastern joint, going across the tendons, helps to break up the adhesions and any scar tissue. Got sesamoid bones back here. They work like pulleys, kind of like your kneecaps. If your kneecaps are tight, you're not going to bend your knees. If they're tight in their sesamoids, they're not going to be able to flex and shock absorb through their pastern joint. Fetlock joint. So this is a quick and easy way to get your posture prepping done and joint mobilization. So that's a little introduction to joint mobilization. You need to think for yourself too. When your ankles are tight, you're tight, you have more compression into your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, and then the stress goes up into the upper body. We get tense and tight in our upper body as the horses do. That causes more tension and compression down into the lower joints. And then we have inflexibility. So remember, joint mobility will help your flexibility. Again, Dr. Pat with your posture prep tip of the day.